Today I ducked up by jumping into a lake in my bra and panties to save a man that turned out to be an elite military scuba diver in training. Don't forget to like, subscribe and hit the bell button to never miss any of our future videos. I'm couch surfing with my sister and her BF. I work for him at the lakeside bar, trying to pay for college. My state is open and while I'm not thrilled, I need both the job and my scored sofa accommodations to make it work. To give them their space, and myself a break from the doom scrolling, I take a run by the lake in the mornings. This lake is bombous and draws scuba divers to the flooded town at the bottom. Today, I was in my own head running when a dark mass floated to the surface 40 feet away. I was on the craggy side of the lake and this dude looked dead. Dead facing away from me. His head was tipped back, eyes closed, bobbing like a fishing lure. No one else was around, so I thought he was quantum crazy out here scuba diving alone at the crackers of dawn, giving himself the bends or some nonsense. Like a jackass, I didn't yell at him to check in. Instead, I toed off my shoes and stripped to my skivvies to save the imbecile. The movie trailer in my head had me taking 3 glorious steps and launching into the deep blue water, Black Widow style. Instead, my tender feet hit the sharp rocks and I contorted under the pain like a slinky as I uncoordinatedly pitched myself into the water, doing a side flop. I was also wearing my contacts so I swam hard in his direction with my eyes closed. When I opened them, he was deadass staring at me like I'd lost my ever-loving mind, so I blurted, "Are you okay?" He removed the regulator and incredulously said yes. My brain blue screened while I tread water. The lake felt infinitely deep. Before I could terrify myself by hearing the Jaws theme song, I turned to nope the hell out of there, yelling over my shoulder, "I thought you needed saving to explain my idiocy." As I pivoted, another dude cleared his throat from 30 feet away on the other side. I never heard a sound from him so I freaked out, failing and belting a near-wounding scream at him. Both Ashat laughed as a few more heads surfaced around us. I was surrounded by divers all wildly entertained by my ridiculous high-octane FU. After pointing to me and the beach, the merman that was my original target cautiously swam toward me after I nodded and escorted me to the shore. The beach was much further than I had anticipated, so I was trying to low-key breath, hiding my need to suck all of the O2 from the air. Also, the comedy of the situation consumed me and I started to giggle. Finally, I joked, "Dude, you are lucky you weren't actually dying because it would have taken everything I have to drag your sorry ass this far." He chuckled before offering me a tow. Hell, no, not gonna happen. Even if I had to dog paddle, I wouldn't openly accept that defeat. He quietly mocked me the rest of the way to the shore. I'm a secret sap for it. They were cadets or recent graduates from a military college, here for the summer. They've been training in pools and were doing some open water exercises. They had been out there at least part of the night. I'm sure I blew up whatever drill they were running. He's training for pre-dive school and since I am an expert Googler, I'm guessing that means combat diving. At the shore, I did my best to throw my shoulders back and march out of the water in my sports bra and undies in front of what I can only imagine are some pretty badass men. I did invite him and his clandestine crew for an absurdly overpriced beer at the bar tonight before shame jogging back into the woods for my clothes. TLDR, I tried to save an injured diver ended up crashing some kind of military training. I feel like there are probably easier ways to get a guy, A+ for effort. So what you are saying is that being spectacularly stupid is not gonna help me pull? Nah, it definitely will. But you can dial it back a little bit if that effort is too much LMAO. The romantic in me just absolutely loves this. I love all of you. I've actually spent more time with you guys than with the mysterious man from the depths, although you both made me laugh. Excellent story. You probably made their morning after a long and boring training session. A+ job inviting them to the bar. Please update us after they show up. That mysterious vibe made my day. I hope they show, but either way I have this bomber story that no one will ever believe to share with all of my friends when they come back to school. Witty, courageous, eloquent and not afraid to strip down to ratty panties to save a fellow human don't catch a cold, harrowing. This was awesome. Just want to say you're a ducking badass for doing it in the first place. Love the fact you just tried to own it as you marched back on shore for your clothes. Please keep us informed on what continues to transpire after the possible drinks. I'm surprisingly invested. Been a while since I saw Fu on here that was this entertaining. You just tried to own it. Nothing else to do. I did howl after I got out of earshot. Or so you hoped you were out of earshot. Honestly, I find this quite admirable and wholesome. Kudos to you for being an empathetic and courageous person. Now remember, this isn't a pool. In the wild you will encounter things you don't expect. Next up in the training, 5 tips for keeping wildlife and women away from your pool. So are you guys engaged now? Still trying to get into his flight path? I have been feeling super sick from my chemo dose Monday and hadn't really had much of a laugh or giggle because of the nausea feeling. Thank you for making me forget about feeling sick and making me laugh. I hope you feel better and kick its ass. DM if you ever want to hear a less TIFU episode of my life and I'll do my best to work a giggle out of you. Update if they show up for the beers. Bro, don't get my hopes up. He's probably flashing those hella cute dimples as he swaps off this humiliation story with his LT girlfriend as I type this. This post is amazing. You surely made their days. 2. My life is pretty average. Broke college student. Job waiting tables. Surfing couches. And while it can be a skilled professional sport, it doesn't touch his 5G level manifestation from the shadow realm. I'm reeling since being slapped in the face with something so unbelievable has me stumbling to recover. This is hilarious. I can just picture you swimming with your eyes closed towards them, haha. Don't be too embarrassed. It probably made their morning. Thanks for making me visualize that shit show. I physically cringed again.